I've eaten a lot of raccoon. Yes. The answer is yes. And I've eaten it hunting. I've actually had it served by my mom at the table away from hunting. And I have eaten raccoon. And yes, it's not uncommon at all. I'll tell you something that is one of my favorites, the squirrel. And it's wonderful, and my mother could do a great job of it. And we all had our favorite pieces, and my dad and sister, I have one sibling, a sister, and they would fight over, not fight, but my mom and I, they were just, my sister and I as four siblings, my mom and I wouldn't even ask for the brain in a squirrel.
Oh, man.
And delicious, seriously.
My dad loves cow
My
brain.
sister always got it, or my dad.
The fight over the brain. Jerry?
Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, as well as the Funky Chicken. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Sad days. You know, we wait and we wait. You know, I set the clock up for the countdown to the beginning of football season. And, you know, we wait with anticipation for it to get here. And before you know it, it's gone. And for us as Cowboy fans, our season was over by week 6, week 7. It was done. And that makes it even harder for us now that the Super Bowl is here. And as we pick up the pieces on a season that was just terrible, we've got the Eagles going against the Kansas City Chiefs to really create some dominance. Kansas City wins. You got to look at Kansas City and say, hey, you know, Kansas City is a three-peat, something we could have had a chance to do had it not been for our owner, possibly. Or you look at the Eagles and say, they're a two-time Super Bowl champion since 2017 and have gone to 3. Either way, we're nowhere near where those guys are. And we'll be here live streaming it. I will say that it will be interesting because of because if the Eagles win, we know it will be hell on this channel. Let's just be clear. I know what I'm in store for. If they lose, well, that's going to be a different story. And Leo, all of you guys know about Leo. Leo, you know, he's talking the talk. Oops, wrong one. Sorry. Do it.
Okay.
Do it, Leo.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
All right. Tell all the Cowboy Nation and everybody else who's watching, this is Leo Bridgewater, and I'm here to tell you that not only will we win the Super Bowl tomorrow, we are going to repeat and threaten to repeat. I said it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Okay. We'll see. We'll find out starting in 8 hours from now, 8.5 hours, and we'll be here watching. In the meantime, we are still mired in shit. Unfortunately, the Cowboys don't learn from the past, and it seems like they're destined to repeat it. We have Micah Parsons, who has literally done everything possible to make it easy for the Cowboys. He's gone on and said, I don't have to be the highest paid. I want to get this done so you have more money to help us keep a team together and build a better team. Here's what's crazy is Patrick Surtain, who is defensive MVP. You can argue that point if he was deserving or not, but either way he was. Here's the thing that is interesting is Patrick Surtain, a guy who the Cowboys, we heard that they were interested in him, but we got Micah Parsons. And thank God we got Micah Parsons, not that saying a Defensive Player of the Year would have been a bad thing. But let's be clear here. Micah Parsons is our defense. He was drafted the same draft as Micah Parsons. And we're not sitting here with Denver, with the MVP, trying to get a contract done. They got his contract done last year. They got his contract done last year. It was more affordable. Clearly, it would cost more this year being defensive MVP. We could have gotten CDs done last year before, too. But the Cowboys always wait to do this. And I don't understand because it's always been the same thing that happens to them is they wait. We get holdouts. We don't show up for training camp. Or we hold in. We had Zach Martin. Did they save any money waiting on Zach Martin? CeeDee Lamb is the second highest non-quarterback to be paid. Did we save any money by doing CeeDee Lamb? He held out all offseason and training camp. Did we save any money on Dak Prescott? Signing him season opening day. I ask, and maybe I've missed some, but when has one of our star players got a contract that you point to and say, oh, my God, that's Stephen Jones, man. That's Stephen Jones. What a deal. So I wake up this morning feeling bad enough that we're going to watch a Super Bowl with Kansas City and the Eagles. And I look up, and what do I see? I see an article on Bleacher Report. Joseph Zucker. Cowboys rumors. There have been no trade talks on Micah Parsons ahead of Super Bowl. Say what? Trade? Oh, shit! What are you talking about? Let's get into this article. The Dallas Cowboys are weighing their options on Micah Parsons as the star edge rusher enters the final year of his rookie contract, according to NFL Network's Tom Passario and Ian Rappaport. While there have been no trade talks, sources say there have been at least some internal discussions about whether to pay Parsons or trade him for a king's ransom. Parsons will receive $24 million guaranteed in 2025 thanks to the fifth-year option in his rookie deal. Extending him beyond that will cost a significant sum and perhaps reset the market for edge rushers. Sports Track projects the four-time Pro Bowler to be a $30 million annually. It wouldn't be a leap for him to match or surpass the $34 million salary Nick Bosa got from San Francisco. The Cowboys are even throwing around the idea of trading Parsons is a reflection of how badly they have mismanaged their roster over the last few years. Take it from Jerry Jones, the owner himself. Jerry says, I'm really good at managing the cap. We obviously haven't done well enough. Wait a minute. If you're very good at managing it, but you haven't done it good enough, then you're not good at managing it, you jackass. That's as bad as the shit that you said, with Brian Schottenheimer. I understand how osmosis works. And Brian Schottenheimer, osmosis doesn't fall far from the tree. the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Osmosis means it's cell development. Osmosis means the DNA travels to the other cells. That's osmosis. That is, you got your, maybe in biology class you might remember you had your aguilar block, and then you had the food coloring, and you put it in the food coloring, and what happens is your clear block, the colored Kool-Aid or dyed whatever, infiltrates the block. That's osmosis. Osmosis doesn't fall far from the tree because it doesn't fall from a tree, Jerry. If you can't keep that shit straight, how the hell are you managing a cap? Extensions for quarterback and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, cornerback Diggs, and offensive tackle Terrence Steele put a strain on Cowboys' long-term plans. How about this? You can also put in Michael Gallup on that one. How about this? How about we wait when a guy who is a wide receiver has a great sophomore year, but then regresses the next two and starts getting injured and ends up messing up his ACL? We don't sign them to a big, fat, juicy contract before they're even able to get on the field and work out. How about we wait on a undrafted free agent tackle who tears his ACL, who had one good year? We wait before we pay that guy and see if he's recovered. I don't know. That seems like maybe the prudent move, and maybe you don't spend $18 million this year on Terrence Steele. Maybe you don't spend $9 million this year on Michael Gallup, who retired last year, because that's the rest of his dead money from the contract that you put out there. And maybe, just maybe, had you paid CeeDee Lamb when it was first available, he wouldn't be $34 million a year. Or if you had paid Dak earlier, maybe he would have been in the low 50s like everybody else. But you keep waiting, and then you get through this whole stuff. So now we're talking about trading Micah Parsons because you fucked up the cap and you continue to wait? Let me go on. Prescott has particularly cumbersome contract. He has an $89 million salary cap hit for 2025. Restructuring his deal will provide some short-term relief, but merely pushing that money down the road. If the Cowboys were to give Parsons $30 million or more moving forward, they'll risk making the roster even more top-heavy. CEO Jones told Ian Rappaport in December, "I can't imagine there's a scenario where he's not wearing a star on his helmet," when referring to the defensive standout. At the same time, he acknowledged that the front office will reassess things and ask whether paying the market rate for star players is the most sensible path moving forward. Trading Parsons would not only spare Dallas having another huge contract on its books, but it would yield compensation that becomes more cost-controlled talent to help balance the squad. As unpopular as the move would be, it's undoubtedly a pragmatic course of action. Okay, can we say this? There was the Dallas Cowboys defense while Micah Parsons was out. And that defense was not defensive. And then as Micah Parsons comes back, the defense turns everything around. Everybody else gets better. What if you happen to trade him for 2 number ones and they end up being, I don't know, Tyler Guyton and Mozzie Smith? Cost effective because they're rookies on the rookie deals. But, mind you, one of those will be the following year. One of those will be the following year. How about this? T.J. Watt is on the last year of his deal, I believe, which means he's going to get paid again. Myles Garrett wants to get moved. He's probably going to get a new deal. How about we get ahead of the curve? How about we take advantage of Micah saying, I'll take a team-friendly deal, as opposed to making him wait and say, fuck it, I want everything. I want it all. You made me wait again. I want it all. This is the same stupid shit that we do. I got no hope for this team. I've got no hope for this team. If they don't get off their fucking asses right now and get this thing done, we're screwed. You got a $24 million cap hit for Micah this year. You can get that down to $10, $11, $12 million by getting a deal done. You can take that $10, $11, $12 million that you save and use that to save some of your free agents. Instead, we sit around, well, maybe we trade him. Get the F out of here, man. Emmitt Smith is 100% right. We don't have a plan. We don't have a plan.
A lifelong
Awesome is
dream
that,
coming
Zach.
through. Absolutely.
Why
man.
not? And a beautiful bottle of the Herradura
Thank you.
tequila there on our
Thank
table,
you.
our broadcast position. Emmett, as you're pouring this drink for these guys, you are making just an absolute dream come true for our guy Wolchuk over here, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Sure.
So I got to talk with you with Chris Arnold. It was a phone interview a few years ago.
Yeah.
And CA sold me out as being an Emmitt Smith stan, without question. You're my hero, my favorite Cowboy of all time.
Not hero.
Yep, absolutely. I do got to ask though. I've seen.
Daniel Boone is a hero.
No, for sports hero. Sports
Shoot.
hero.
Okay.
But what's up with the Genty clips that I'm seeing around Radio Row? You don't want Genty with the Cowboys?
First of all, I never said I don't want him.
Okay.
Let's make that very
Yeah.
clear. I never said I don't want him. I think he's a very talented individual. I just don't know if the Cowboys are ready for him
Okay.
because there is no commitment to running a rock. If there was a commitment to running a rock, then the Cowboys would be talking about upgrading the offensive line. They'd be talking about an offensive system that we don't even know what kind of system we're going to have right now. So let's get that clear. It's not that I don't want Genty. Quit trying to get all this damn clickbait
Right.
and tell the daggone truth of what I said. And the truth is the kid is very talented. I'm just not sure if the team is ready for him.
Okay.
That's all.
So
There you go.
The offensive line needs to be built first.
Or do you know what kind of system we're going to run
No,
offensively?
I don't think any of us know.
So
what
what the hell? Why are we talking about? I mean, what is Schottenheimer thinking?
Yeah.
What is the Cowboys thinking? My phone dropped on the backside over here, but it's right here. I got
Oh,
it.
you got it.
Anyway, so it's like we don't even know what kind of system. We don't even know if he fits in a system. And what I hate to have happen is for us to make this illusion that Schottenheimer is going to have this great offense that don't even fit none of the players that we currently have, let alone one he drafts. And so until we understand what the offense is going to look like, what the commitment is to running the game, running the football, because we saw we can run the football. When Dak went down, Cooper Rush passing attempts went from wherever Dak was down to a reasonable number, and more carries went to Rico Dowdle and Ezekiel Elliott and maybe even Dalvin Cook. So the three of them. And so they carried the load. They offset what Dak would normally throw, which also says to me, Dak should have never been throwing that many passes in the first place.
Amen.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about? The reality of the fact is, until we understand what Schottenheimer is going to run and how he's going to run it, I don't know if Genty is the right draft choice. And if he was the right
So what do you do? Nothing?
do we have enough talent to do what we want to do offensively? And do we have the current players, infrastructure-wise, to fit in the offensive system that he wants to run? If we don't, we got to go get it. And if we got to go get it, is it better to get Gentry or is it better to trade away the pick to get more picks to build a team to get you back to where you need to be at quicker?
Yeah.
There you go.
Need to get that fourth round
So
pick back at least.
I understand the game of football.
Yeah.
I understand what's going on. I see what's going on. And I just ask the questions that other people don't want to ask or they don't even think about.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it when you legends keep this team accountable. After the Green Bay game, you had a heck of a
Bro, they kept me accountable. I had to be accountable for my job. I had to be accountable for the carries. I had to be accountable for the football if I laid it on the ground. I had to take responsibility for when I failed. If I gave up a sack, I had to take responsibility for that. Everyone else has to be accountable too in life. And if no one is there making you accountable, then you're going to do what you want to do and act like it's the right thing and just try to sweep stuff under the rug. No, it doesn't work like that.
Is that
he's 100% right.
Is you can't keep an owner accountable?
Well, the owner, I said it earlier. When have you heard millionaires tell a billionaire what to do?
He's
a billionaire because he knows what to do in terms of making money. Making money, he knows what to do. But when it comes down to, and there's a distinct difference between having a vision that's aligned with the mission. And the mission defines what and reaffirm what the vision looks like. That happened in 89. It was very clear in 89. It was very clear that he could not go 1-15 again, so somebody needed to get that better. So in 90, things started to change. But it wasn't changing fast enough or right enough for the talent that was on that squad. That talent was held back. That's one reason why you see the Washington Commanders jump back so quick. They had great talent, poor coaching. It wasn't the fact that the talent wasn't there. It's amazing how one kid can come in and make everybody a believer. Baker Mayfield did it down in Tampa Bay. It wasn't always this. And sometimes you got to question coaching. And it ain't all about the players, because if your system is not suitable for the players, then you're going to get limited capability. We got limited capability in 7 and 9 in my rookie year. Better than 1-15. Could have been better. Jimmy fired offensive coordinator. Brings in North Turner. This is my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I got facts to prove it up.
There you go.
That's right.
At the end of the day, facts speaks a lot louder than anything anybody mouth can run. Jimmy brings in North Turner. We go 11-5, make the playoff. Win our first playoff game in Jerry's history. Jerry's history. We get knocked off, but with everybody coming back, we're going to be better next year. Next year, it comes around 92, rolls around 92, 90, 91, 92 season. We go right to the playoff, go right to the NFC Championship game, and find ourselves playing San Francisco, and we win the game, and we win the Super Bowl under that offense. And there was a system that was suitable, that maximized everybody's talent, offensively and defensively and special teams-wise. Hence, that's why you win 3 out of 4 Super Bowls.
Can Jerry get us back to the glory hole?
I don't know.
What's the confidence?
If he goes back to the blueprint that established what the team was when he first bought the team.
Don't think he will.
Now it makes some sense to have Ashton Gentry. It doesn't make sense right now.
I'll tell you what makes sense. Us taking a shot of tequila Herradura with the goat.
Delicious.
And I'm sober.
True.
And I'm sober.
No,
Hey.
but you've got the passion and the fire.
He's sober. Oh, boy. Well, happy Super Bowl Sunday, people. And we'll see what we're going to see. And, yeah. Good luck. Do it.
Okay.
Do it, Leo.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
All right. To all the Cowboy Nation and everybody else who's watching, this is Leo Bridgewater, and I'm here to tell you that not only will we win the Super Bowl tomorrow, we are going to repeat and threaten to repeat. I said it.
Oh, shit.
Here you go.